is Laura from LiveVisions.com. I just kind of wanted to go through, a lot of you guys have, in videos have said, I don't like astrology because it's hogwash, it doesn't make sense, predictions don't come true for me. And I want to give you a few reasons as to why, and then a few tips as to help you figure out your chart so you don't go through this, because astrology can be used as a great tool to help you along. First, I would suggest you go to astro.com to really get to know your chart. When you go to astro.com, click on free horoscopes, okay? And click on all the way to the bottom of the page, extended chart selection, click that. Okay. What you're doing here, and then you're going to put your birth data in here. You're going to click, make sure this says Natal Chart Wheel, and make sure this says Web Default Style, okay? And the rest on the bottom you just leave. You don't have to worry about that. Now, I just want to go over, here we go. Kind of going slow. Here we go. Okay. This is a chart that is 30 degrees each. Each of these things in a chart are called houses, each of these pieces of pie. These are the signs of the zodiac, and these in the middle are planets, okay? And the lines here are aspects, okay? Well, when astrologers do your predictions, they do what's called transits. I just added them now. They're the little planets on the outside of your chart, and these planets trigger events. They trigger events in relation to these planets that are in your natal chart. So when a planet like this one's going to trigger my Pluto, this is basically this is basically going to what they use to give you a prediction for the week or whatnot. Okay, but this is, notice this person's ascendant is Virgo. This is the symbol of Virgo, and the ascendant is Virgo. So when astrologers do predictions, okay, your horoscope might not be resonating with you because you could be reading the wrong one. Now, here's the thing. Like, I am an Aries, okay, and my sun is in Aries. So, do I look up the Aries horoscope? Yeah, I do. But I noticed that Virgo horoscope is more accurate, and this is why. When an astrologer is doing horoscopes, like they say, okay, Virgo's prediction, they're going to talk about, okay, well, the sun is in Virgo, and, it's for Virgos, it's affecting the first house, it's affecting yourself. Saturn is about to go into, Saturn is still in Libra on the very last degree of Libra, about to go into your third house. Well, you see, it's already in my third house because it's this piece of pie right here is a little short. But for most Virgos, that would be accurate, okay? So, and then they would say, okay, Virgos, Neptune's on your seventh house cusp right now, affecting you in relationships. Well, that's true, If for my Virgo ascendant, that is very true, okay? But keep in mind, my Virgo starts at 4 degrees. It's the beginning of a sign, okay? So, let's say I'm going to use somebody else's chart here. Let's say your chart started at a different degree. Let's say it started in the middle of Cancer, okay? This person is a Cancer ascendant, okay? And, so a lot of times when astrologers give predictions, they always put Cancer in the first 0 degrees up here, So the timing could be a little off is all I'm saying. Whenever you have your ascending here or toward the latter end of a sign, then the timing could be a little different, okay, just so you know. Also, when an astrologer does predictions, if you notice, in both of these charts, they're relatively pretty much 30 degrees. All of these are pretty, some of them are a little smaller, some are a little bigger, but for the most part, it's 30 degrees. Now, this person has an interception here. Do you see that right here? Interception, which means that one little house, this is the 5th house, is covered by 3 signs. So this person starts out in Libra here, Scorpio's floating in the middle, and Sagittarius is kind of, on the end, the tail end there. So what does this mean? Well, this means that, let's say a planet was in, this Mars was going into Sagittarius, and let's say Cancers, okay, we're going to say Mars is pretty much in their 5th house, right? And then when Mars goes into Sagittarius, we say for Cancers, pretty much Mars is going to be going into their 6th house. But not this guy, because Mars still is going to be in Sagittarius for a little while. Mars is a quicker moving planet, so it's just going to be a little more of a delay. But you see that wouldn't be as accurate with the timing. Now I'm going to show you a chart that's a really unique chart, very unique. She's Anne Margaret. She's an actress. She acted with Elvis Presley, if you remember correctly. Well, this is a huge, unique chart, and look at the huge ass interception. Basically, this person has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signs covering one house. And she's got another, if you got one on one side, you got it on the other side too. So if you got one, you definitely have 2 interceptions in your chart. So, like, if we were to say, for most people, Saturn, like, we see that she's a Gemini. She has a Gemini ascendant. This is the ascendant here. So we would tell her, and it's probably better you read the Gemini horoscopes because that's your ascendant. But she may say, well, I'm even reading my ascendant and it's still not ringing true for me. So what's up with that? And then we would tell her, well, Anne, look at this chart. If somebody pulled up her chart, they'd say, wow, she's a huge interception. So Saturn is going, let's say for Geminis, we're going to say that this year, Saturn has been hitting their 5th house, okay, which is Saturn right here. Saturn's been hitting their 5th house, and it'll be going into their 6th house when it goes into Scorpio. Now, would that prediction be good for this Gemini ascendant? No, it would not. Why is that? Because her Saturn is right here. Her Saturn has been in the 6th house for a long time, and it's because her Saturn, her 6th house starts in Leo. So, and then when Saturn went into Virgo, it was still in her 6th house. Saturn went to Libra. It was still in her 6th house. Saturn is going into Scorpio. And is it moving into another house? No, it's still in her 6th house. So this person has been restricted in the work and health house for a very long time, whereas most Geminis, no, not so much. Most people, Saturn is a teacher planet, and it usually teaches you a lesson in each house every 2.5 years. Well, this person has been on like the same lesson with different intensities, because these planets bring different intensities and different energies themselves. But she's been kind of in the same work and health sector for a very long time. Saturn has been transiting her 6th house for, it seems, probably for her forever. So if an astrologer said, well, for Gemini, if she was reading her sun in Taurus, and if she was reading her ascendant in Gemini's horoscopes, both of them would be extremely inaccurate, okay? The horoscopes that we give you online or on YouTube are generalizations for people who mostly have a normal chart, But for people who have interceptions, especially one like this, it's very unique, She's got a stellium here too. But if she, somebody like this with this very unique chart, it wouldn't ring true for her. So here is my tip for you. If you want to learn astrology, go to astro.com, pull up your chart, and see if it kind of looks like this. If it does, this is what you can do. To learn a little bit more about your chart, you're going to go to astro.com, go to free horoscopes, and here we go. And then you're going to go to the beginning of the page, short report forecast. You're going to click there. You're going to make sure you put the person's name and click go. Then you're going to go to the bottom of the page, and you're going to look at, these are the planets. These are your planets. These are the signs they're in. And these are the houses that those planets are in, which really helps you out. So, and these are just the house cuts, where this person's house starts in this sign. This person's house starts in this sign. That's what this is about. So what you can do is you can go to my website and basically find out what planet's in what sign that you want to learn. So let's say that we really want to learn about love, okay? And we're like, okay, this person has, her Venus is in Taurus, okay? So you go to my website, LIVEVISIONZ.com. I have my website geared for people who are just learning astrology and really want to learn and are kind of putting the pieces together and to where it makes sense. Because I know that a lot of you read your sun sign, and that's not the most accurate. It's your ascendant that's going to resonate with you more. Not to say that attributes of your sun sign won't be accurate. Sure, they can. But for the most part, your ascendant is really going to ring true for you. So I just don't want you to be discouraged because there's a lot of factors in astrology that sometimes these general reports that we give may not be, ring true for you, and you may need a special kind of reading. So let me get my picture off of here. Sorry. So let's see. We're going to go to LiveVisions.com, my website, and go to planets and signs and houses. We're going to look up Venus in the signs. So you're going to click up Venus in the signs. And this person had Venus in Taurus, right? So there you're going to read all about Venus in Taurus and how it affects you. So that is a great help. Then let's say you want to see, you go back to astro.com and you say, well, what house was Venus in? Venus was in the 12th house, okay? So you're going to go back to my website, Planets in Signs and Houses, and look up what is Venus in the 12th house, Venus in the houses. Here we go. And then you say, all right, what does it mean to have Venus in the 12th house? And you look it up, and there's the meaning. So, and you could do this for each planet that you have, like each planet that you have. It will help you learn a little bit about astrology. And then if you learn a little bit more about aspects, you can click here, planetary aspects. And, I have a few, I have two kind of, how do I say this, sites here that I'm working with, and, kind of promoting their site as well. But if you go, let's say you want to know what Saturn, okay, Saturn is going to conjunct your sun. It's going to hit your sun. What does that mean? It'll give you a full meaning here. So I have pretty much every definition on the website that you would absolutely need. And for those of you who are really advanced and you want to know synastry, I have love synastry here. What does it mean? If, your partner's sun, your partner's sun falls in what house for you, or your partner's moon falls in what house. And I have it here through the planets, so it shows you what sun falls in where for your house. And then there's synastry by aspect. So what does it mean if his sun is conjunct your Venus? Or what is it, all that stuff. So this is pretty much a full-on website. So I wanted to gear it to you guys so it's easy for you to look up, and it's easy for you to find things that you're really looking for, and easy for you to learn. I wanted it user-friendly. If you have an intercepted chart and you really need help and you want a reading, you can give me a call on LiveVisions.com, schedule an appointment. That would be, where is it? Where's that here? Astrology readings. There you go. If you want to take classes, that's what I really wanting to do. I really want to teach other people to be able to do the charts yourself and understand astrology, and because I find it a wonderful tool, as you can find out so much information about, a chart can show you how you are in love. It can show you the type of person that you're, attracted to. It can show you the type of job that you may have. It can show you sometimes, why you always go for bad boys and what is really good for you. What is your greatest need versus what are your wants, So these things can help you out and really show you that stuff. And it comes really in handy. So all these planets mean something for you in your chart. And the fact that they're in certain signs means something. And as you get more advanced in astrology, you'll see how these, these aspects mean something. And then when you add in transits, those are the things that the astrologers are talking about when they do the predictions for weeklies. They're saying, okay, these transits are, what's going on for Gemini, what's, going on for Virgo, whatever. And that is how they do the predictions weekly or monthly, what have you. But I just wanted to give you an explanation as to why they may not be resonating with you. And I don't want you to get discouraged, because I find astrology to be a great learning tool. But I wanted to give you some tools as far as if you really wanted to look up your own chart, or if you wanted to take classes, go to services and go to Astrology Classes 101. That's the basic class that we have. It's a teleconference class. So basically, like we're doing right now, it's screen sharing, and you hear me, and you can see what I'm teaching you. After your payment, you click here, you give me your birth data, and I'm going to send you some charts and stuff like this to your home to use when we go through class. The classes are 1 hour each for 4 weeks. And if you're advanced and you want to take an aspects class, go to the website, click on aspects, and the same thing applies. The only thing is you really have to know the meanings of the signs, the planets, and the houses to take this class. You have to know all that stuff, and you have to know elements, modalities, all the stuff for basics in order to take this class. So make sure you know that before taking the class. And we have a chat room too after class, so if you have questions, we can help each other along. And what's great about aspects classes, you really do need screen sharing. So I can show you, like, well, this and this, what is this? Like, this is a square because of this, Like, I can go through and teach you how to figure out a square or a trine and all that stuff. So anyhow, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you do have any questions, please feel free to visit my website, as I hope the site can be handy for you, or schedule a reading or sign up for class if you really want to learn more about astrology. I just feel bad for people who have unique charts and they think, oh, astrology is hogwash, no prediction is good for me. And that's still not true. It's just because, when you do these predictions, you make them for the masses, and not everybody has each house in their chart exactly 30 degrees. And not everyone's ascendant starts at 0 degrees. So that is a major a major thing in itself. So as they said, if you really want an accurate reading, you need to call for a reading. So I'm here, and my name is Laura, and I hope you like the website, and I hope that you found this video helpful. Have a good day.